Only thing I had for so many years was this confidence that I held on to very tightly. I needed to be confident because I had nothing else. And if you go into a situation where you're dedicating your whole life to something, literally your whole life, all of your decisions are made with one common goal, then I think that you better believe in yourself.
Confidence is the best. I think you can literally rock a trash bag if you have confidence. And I think that that's awesome. You know, when you see a confident woman, I think there's nothing more attractive or fabulous about a confident woman, because you know that she loves herself and is in her own skin, and I think that's the best.
You know, at any given time, I'd happily just go skate. This happens to be the thing that I'm successful at. I get to do what I love for a living, and that's living the dream. Living the dream, I'm not talking about financial success, I'm talking about loving what you do. If you love art and you do art, and maybe you get a little bit of success at it, you're living the dream.
I did what I had to do in order to make the dream work. I made the commitment, knowing that it always wasn't going to be a smooth ride. But I felt like my only two choices was to either make it or not, and the not wasn't an option. So I did the work, and I knew that there was no skimping on the work.
You have to push for it if it's in your heart, because you can build an empire if you put your mind to push for it. If you believe in it, you got to follow that dream in your heart. Because I followed my dream after everybody knocked me down.
You have to be relentless. You have to never let off the gas, never stop, never quit. Never allow anyone to talk you out of the dream, the vision, and ideas that God has sent you.
Do it for a reason, you know what I'm saying? Don't be the fool to just sit back and do it because somebody else is doing it. Because the only thing you're going to do is follow in somebody else's footsteps, and you're just going to be a shadow. Who will be a shadow for the rest of their life, you know what I'm saying? If you got a little something that you know how to do, progress at it, keep trying.
The beautiful thing about having dreams is that it's in your hands how big your dreams become. No one can tell you that your dream is too small, or your dream cannot come true, or your dream cannot be allowed because you're a girl, because you're a boy, because you look a certain way, or because you come from a certain place. Dream, guys, because they do come true.
What is there but a dream? You can't trade in your dream for another dream. Dream big and dream fierce.